Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dr. Jeff experience. We're so glad to have you today on this rainy Tuesday on the A. I don't know where you are, but it's raining here, but it's still good. It's still good getting some cool weather back. So we're glad to get some of that. We needed some rain. It's been a drought. I hope New Jersey and California, hope you guys are getting some rain. Listen, we got a great guest tonight. He's just one of four. These young men, I'm so proud of them. I've been knowing them all my life. Watched them as they were young cats, and now they are doing a job. We got Brother Robert Beck, who's on with us tonight. It's going to be difficult. I'm just going to call him Brother Beck because I know him as Bernard. I've been knowing him as Bernard my entire life. Sometimes when I see Robert, I'm like, who's that? Oh, Bernard. So without any further ado, let's bring him to the stage. Brother Bernard, how are you, man? See, Brother Beck, how are you?
Yeah, you can call me Bernard, Brother Beck, Brother Robert, either or. Everybody knows me by all three of those names. But people from the beginning of the days call me Bernard. That's from the beginning.
That's it. So, full
that.
disclosure, man, we go back as kids running around in Atlantic City, man. One thing before we even get started, man, I got a bone to pick with you, man, because you part of that South Carolina State Football League, man. Y'all did Morgan State real dirty, man.
And Howard, too. Howard.
I'm not even going to mention that, man. Y'all beat Morgan 54 to what, 2?
Yes.
That was horrible, man. And y'all beat up on Howard too, man.
Yes, we did, sir. Yes, we did.
Man, we're gonna end this right now. See you. Nice having you. But no, in all seriousness, man, I'm so proud of you, man. I've been watching you your whole career, and it's funny how over the years I'll meet up with somebody and I'll talk to them, and they say, "Oh, you from Atlantic City? Do you know Robert Beck?" And I'm like, "Robert Beck." Oh, Bernard. And it's like, wow, this is so crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So tell us about yourself, man. Who are you?
Man, I go way, way back, man. From Atlantic City, New Jersey, started off, man, in the hood, then from the hood, moved to Venice Park. Went to college, went to South Carolina State. You know what I mean? That's when I started playing some football, South Carolina State. Then my cousin Charles, Tony, you know him as Tony.
Tony, yeah.
And, Tony, and my other cousin Kenny, that's Mr. Elwood's son that used to teach at Chelsea Junior High.
Right.
So yeah, we all went to South Carolina State together, and we formed a little DJ group, man. We started DJing parties back in South Carolina State, doing homecoming and stuff.
Let me stop you right there. If I'm not mistaken, were you there with Pastor Days?
Yes. Pastor Days and Tony was in the band together for the Marching 101 band.
That is crazy. Pastor Days, guys, he is the pastor of Second Baptist Church, just celebrated his 30th year.
Yes.
And I mean, you see how small this world is?
Right.
So you started DJing. You guys started DJing there.
DJing, yes. Well, Charles was the DJ. People don't even know Charles was DJ. Charles and Kenny was DJing.
I can't even imagine Charles DJ.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a suit guy now, man. People look at him like, you never DJ'd. I said, man, he was one of the best DJs in South Jersey, the whole tri-state area. He was good. He was really good. I mean, he was up there with Jazzy Jeff and all those guys.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he was doing all the new Transformer scratching with his sneakers, his face, and all the other stuff.
What?
Yes. Charles Dunn, DJ Tiz.
That's
DJ
crazy.
Tiz.
Wow.
Right. But I was always when I was in college, my cousin Kenny bought this Boss drum machine, and I started fooling around with the drum machine, making beats and stuff on campus. and people would come to me and say, hey, can I buy that song? I said, it's not a song, it's just a drum program that I just made. They said, man, that sounds good. That sounds
Really?
good. And that was the beginning of the hip hop. And that's when I really said, man, we should start a production company. So that's when we started a production company called Grandmasters of Sound, GMS Production. Yeah, so GMS Production, we did parties, for homecoming and stuff like that. We brought Run DMC to South Carolina State for the first time in the '80s.
No
That's what
way.
that was the beginning of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Luke Skywalker. All those guys from the beginning of hip hop to the South Carolina State. People didn't
That's
know what
crazy.
people didn't know what hip hop was back then.
That's
You
crazy,
know?
man.
Right,
That's
right.
crazy. So things just kind of grew from there.
Yes, it grew from there. Charles graduated, Charles Kenny, all of them graduated from South Carolina State. But one summer I got a job working at the casino at Bally's Park Place, and I was making so much money, man. I was like, man, what am I going back to school for?
Right,
I said
right,
I
right.
was a door captain. The door captain, he's the face of the casino,
That's
and I
right.
was making so much money. I didn't go my senior year. I didn't go back to school.
That's right.
So I
That's
went.
right.
I went back. That wasn't a good idea, but I went back and started networking in the music industry. You know,
Bro, no, you were at Bally's, man, from almost day one, weren't you?
yes, 30. I started out of high school at Bally's Park Place, stayed there for 38 years to 2018. From
Wow.
1980 to 2018.
Yeah, I used to see you there. We had the major fights there, man. And
Major,
I
major.
used to see you there, man. And
Yes.
man, you were doing your thing, man.
Yes, yes. I mean, I knew Don King. I knew all the fight promoters. I knew everybody. Dr.
Yeah.
Doggett.
Yeah. Hometown hero.
Yes,
So
yes.
how did you get into this whole music business thing, man?
Well, believe it or not, um, we put together. We had a hip hop artist. He was a Mega Sci-Fi, just like you. His name was QT, and he was a
Root to
he
the
was
bros.
yes, he was a rapper. So
Okay.
we demoed him. We went to the studio and made a demo, shopped into all the record labels, and the record labels was going crazy. We had the first song we put out was called Africa's Your Motherland.
So let's rewind a little bit. Did you
Okay.
guys now you were DJing and all, and
Yes.
then did you guys decide that hey, we may want to go further with this, and you had a studio, or what happened?
Well, we didn't have a studio at first. We were spending a ton of money going into studios up in New York City and
Oh wow.
Philadelphia, doing booking studio time to put a demo together for QT. So everybody liked the song so much. We went up to the record labels and pound the doors down, and almost got a couple record deals on the table. But then when we got the deal, they wanted an album. They wanted an album deal. They wanted to give us a single deal for Africa's Your Motherland. And by the time we got together and put together a whole album, the president of Capitol Records, I won't say his name at the time, but he went on to another label and that deal didn't go through.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
I
Wow.
mean, I mean, we would shop at the Def Jam was just starting with Russell Simmons. We had meetings with Russell Simmons back then, and Russell was like, "Oh man, I love the production. I like this. I want to sign y'all to a production deal to be an in-house producer for Def Jam." We talking about 1986, 1987.
Oh,
And
that's
we
when
was
it was
like,
hot, man.
yeah, it was hot, man. And then he's like, I'm looking at, I'm trying to put AC on the map.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to put Atlantic City on the map. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
We're trying to do our own thing. We don't want to be in Def Jam helping their artists out.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
that was this selfish act of us, but we was thinking on a bigger level.
So
So we
whatever
turned
happened
down
to
that
him?
deal. We're actually, after that deal didn't go through, we started dealing with other artists. We started dealing with Shamil MC, Patrick Reese, and he had a song called "The Future." He had a lot of songs, and we dealt with a lot of producers and everything, and unfortunately, things did not work out because he we was going to do the first R&B hip hop album with what's the OJ son that passed away.
Oh
What's
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah. Wow,
uh,
can't even remember his name.
I can't think of his name, but he really liked Shamil, and Shamil
Levert,
yeah,
Levert. Yeah.
yeah, Levert really liked Shamil and booked studio time for him to come up to New York to do the album, but Shamil was into other things
I
at the
got you.
time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Um, go ahead. I'll let you tell some more of your stories about some of your artists.
Yeah, I mean, we dealt with so many artists from Atlantic City because our whole thing was trying to put Atlantic City on the map. You know, what I mean, we dealt with like I said, Blue Raspberry Candy. That we got to deal. First of all, we got to deal with LaMarshall Figs, which was MC Clever, and he signed with Digital Underground. Remember this group, Digital
Yeah,
Underground?
yeah. All
Yeah,
around the world.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
same
he
song.
moved out to California. They met Tupac and all these other people. And I was like, man, this is the business we want to be in. You know what I mean?
Wow,
So it was,
wow.
it was a whole nother world coming from Atlantic City to going out to
Yeah.
California, seeing all this music and stuff like that.
So you
You
were
know?
determined to put Atlantic City on the map and
Yes, yes.
utilizing Atlantic City artists.
Right, right.
How difficult was that, man?
Very hard. Because everybody was like, nothing comes out of Jersey, everything comes out of Philly and New York. All the hot rappers are out of New York, all the hot DJs out of Philly. So it was always an uphill battle for New Jersey artists.
So you really had to struggle with that, huh?
It was a struggle. It was a struggle.
Wow.
And I met Sylvia Roan. I met Sylvia Davis, the young lady, well, the older lady that started Sugar Hill Records, and she was the mother of the Sugar Hill Gang. So all these guys inspired us because at Bally's Park Place we used to host the Impact Convention,
Mm-hmm.
and the Impact Convention was one of the biggest music conventions on the East Coast.
I
And,
remember it.
and that was my networking uh, playing field right there. I networked with everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody. I met everybody. I met R. Kelly before he got signed. Beyonce before she got signed. I met all the artists before they got signed.
I remember Impact. It was huge, man.
It was
It was
huge.
huge.
It was huge. But my first convention was the Jack the Rapper convention in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah. So Jack the Rapper, well, Charles's frat brother was Louis Bell. He's Charles is a Kappa and Louis
Mm-hmm.
Bell is a Kappa.
Mm-hmm.
And his grandfather was Jack Gibson, and he was a radio pioneer coming out of Atlanta. He had the Jack the Rapper show, and he
Wow.
had the Jack the Rapper convention, was just like Impact, and it was one of the biggest conventions on the East Coast.
Wow. Wow.
That's when I met Percy Miller, but I didn't know his name was Master P. I always knew
Master
his
P,
name was
right.
Percy Miller. I met Puffy. I met everybody. I mean, it was a networking phenomenon.
Wow, man. Wow.
Yeah, right.
So now you're swimming in the deep waters now.
Deep waters, deep
And
waters.
so,
I mean,
so
we had our second artist, Dwayne Wilkes, was Mad General. So we got posters printed up with Mad General and it's not CDs but tapes and records at the time. And Mad General, our artist, was a political rapper like Public Enemy. It's all political about uprising, our people.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we met with Master P, and Master P was trying to promoting his brother Silk the Shock at the time. So back then we would exchange tapes and records and posters, and we would promote each other's artists back then.
Okay.
We
Okay.
were selling tapes out the car and records.
Wow. Yeah, I remember those days, man.
Yeah,
People
yeah. I mean,
selling cassettes, man, everywhere, man.
cassette tapes.
Mixtapes.
Yep. Yes, yes.
Mixtapes everywhere. Listen, everybody, we are live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook tonight. We're live on Instagram. We're talking to Brother Robert Beck, one of 4 members of Nubian Entertainment, my friend from way back when. If you want to call in, you got any questions about this industry, we're going to try this out. 404-889-6054. Or you could also comment. We'll bring your comments on. And if you got any questions, just go ahead. Remember, when you're on Instagram and on YouTube and Facebook, to like and share, and like and subscribe on YouTube so you can get more of this content. So now here you are, man. You're swimming in these deep waters, Brother Beck. And so now you've got one person who is political, on a political, and then you've got another person that was
MC
hip-hop
Clever.
R&B.
Yeah.
So are you trying to deal with both, or are you trying to feel your way around?
We trying to promote both artists at the same time. You know, which we had a distribution deal with Sony Records for the Mad General. So Mad General, he had made it in the top 50 on Billboard. So we made some noise with him.
That's
made some noise. Man.
So how did you find out? I mean, find that doing the kind of 2 different type artists. How did you deal with that?
Well, I mean, you know, dealing with music, you know, we love coming up. We listen to, you know, R&B music, jazz, hip. You know, we always used to blend the music as a producer. And I would tell everybody, the production company, the Neptunes, we was the Neptunes before the Neptunes was the Neptunes. we would do rock and roll samples, and
that was Pharrell Williams and them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, I forgot all about that, man. Wow, the Neptunes. Uh-oh, we lost you. Where'd you go? Brother Beck, you still there? All right, we're going to see if we could get him back to the stage. But in the meantime, yeah, man, we are talking to Brother Robert Beck. And if you're listening, maybe you want to dial back in, and we'll get you right back on. We kind of lost you. See what happened here. See if we can get Brother Beck back in here. Okay, he'll be back. Yeah, but you know, this record industry, we had Brother David Linton on, and he is the program manager for WCOK. And we had a discussion about the importance of music and the role of society now. And you'd be surprised just how much music played a role in American history. You go back to the days of the death of Martin Luther King, the assassination of Martin Luther King, and how P.D. Brown was significant in quelling or stopping a lot of violence that was going on in his area through his radio show. So music has really calmed the savage beast, so to speak. Let me see here. I'm gonna get Brother Beck back in. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, so music was really it's very important to the culture. I mean, you look and see, you know, I'm a product of the 70s and some of the late 60s. And I tell you, music, I've got my genre of music is so wide. I mean, R&B, hip hop, Motown, jazz, old school gospel.
Back
Yeah,
then.
here we go. There we go. We got you back now.
Back in, yeah, right. Got
There we
lost.
go.
Yes,
Yeah, I was
sir.
just telling people about how music has been part of culture for so long. And I was talking about, I go back to the late 60s, early 70s,
Yes, yes,
Motown,
yes.
all of that stuff, man. So,
Mm-hmm.
so tell me more about, we were talking about your artists and maneuvering through the different genres, and how was that?
Well, I mean, we like you said at the time, hip hop was new,
Yeah.
so we were experimenting, man. But I mean, when I got my first major drum machine was the MPC 60 Lindrum drum machine, and I mean, you could sample and do all types of stuff with the kicks and snares, and we would sample Earth, Wind and Fires, Quincy Jones. I mean, we would sample all types of stuff, man, and come up with some amazing, legendary tracks.
So you
And
came up right in the tail end, not the tail end, but the beginnings
the
of it.
beginning, the beginning. Russell liked our production so much. He said, "I want to sign y'all to an in-house record deal as producers." You know,
Wow. So what happened? You didn't want to do that?
we didn't want to do it because the money wasn't right.
Yeah,
The
man.
money
Talk
wasn't
about that.
right.
Talk about that struggle, because
Right,
everybody
right.
sees the end, but nobody knows the mean to the end.
Yes, yes. I mean,
I
back
mean, I
then
don't
they
want
had.
you to get specific, but
Mhm.
talk about the issues that came up with that.
The issues, man, was like they didn't want to give the artists all of the, their publishing. They wanted to get their merchandise. I mean, they wanted, it was like the artist wasn't making nothing, you know. So I mean, they make you famous, but they're making all the money.
So when you say they're not making anything,
I
what do
mean,
you mean?
they're making something because they're getting 50% of your publishing, 50% of your shows, 50% off your merchandise, and they give
50%?
you this big signing bonus that you really got to pay back because they're investing into you as an artist. You got to sell a certain amount of records to pay all that money back that you got as for your project for getting signed to the label.
So
So
really, your signing bonus is a loan.
yes, basically, all that stuff has got to be recouped back by the record label because all artists is an investment to a record label until they make their money back.
Wow. Wow.
Right, right,
Wow. So
right.
now, is it all four of you at this time, or is it just you?
Well, no, it was me, Charles. I mean, Nubian he had a team of people. We had me, Charles, my cousin Kenny, my cousin Darren Edwards, that from out of Philly. I mean, he
Okay.
was the first. He was part of the DJ group. He's the one who started GMS.
Mm.
And it was Trav Q that was the rapper that was a Mega High Five. That was really really good. He was a good artist. Good artist.
So you guys had a whole group
We had a
early on.
whole we had a whole crew. We had a whole team of
So
people.
basically, you had people to fall off. You weren't at it by yourself.
Right, 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 right. We had a whole team of people. You know,
Wow. Wow. So here, talk to me some more about your story. People want to know how you been doing this.
man, we've been doing this for so long, man. I mean, we started in the '80s to the '90s, signing different artists, and taking Blue Raspberry to New York to perform and everything, and it was a journey, man. Then we started another group called the Chosen Ones, and the Chosen Ones was Clev MC from Digital Underground. Uh, uh, we had Ego that was part of the group. I don't remember. You remember the group Malaz back
Lamage,
then?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He
That
was the
was
producer.
the Newsomes.
Yeah, the Newsom.
Yeah.
So Ego is a Newsom. So he was part of that group. then we had another artist called Fresh G, and we did shows and everything. We had a lot of good records, and we had a deal with Tommy Boy Records at the time.
Wow.
And it didn't work out because of the deal that was on the table. We didn't like the deal that was on the table.
So
You
who
know,
would you say was your breakout artist, your real breakout artist that got you deep into the industry?
I said it had to be LaMarshall Figgs from Digital Underground from the 80s. You know,
Wow.
and then the Mad General, the most powerful black song that we got, we had distribution through Sony. You know,
Wow.
that's when everybody knew what Nubian Records was. It'd be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nubian Records. Yeah, Nubian Records.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. That was
Right. Right.
Sony. Was that Sylvia Rhone?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
I knew some folk
So,
in there.
yeah. Right. So,
Wow, that's
you
funny, man.
mm-hmm.
So, Brother Beck, tell us about some of the highs and lows, man, in the industry that you guys had.
Man, the highs and lows, man. We started a recording studio in Pleasantville, and that was our headquarters. And our highs, man, we had a lot of deals on the table, a lot of things going on, and our studio got broken into. That was the
Oh,
low.
man.
That was the low. Somebody came in there and stole a lot of our equipment, our masters. So it's almost like we had to start all over again. You know, so it was like some highs and lows, and then we took a 2-year hiatus, and then we started recording again, and we opened up another studio in Bayport One, which I'm the one who started 91.3 The Buzz radio station, man. Yeah,
Wow.
remember that was the first hip
I
hop station in
remember,
Atlantic City.
man. I
Yep.
remember. Get out of here.
Yes, Gary Fisher was the president of all those radio stations. I said, Gary, man, you need to start a hip hop station, man. 99.3 The Bus, make it a hip hop station. He said, well, can you promote it? I'm like, yeah. He said, all right, let's get some t-shirts made up. 99.3 The Buzz with Nubian Records on it, all right? So we got thousands of t-shirts with 99.3 The Buzz with Nubian Records on it. Everybody was wearing them t-shirts everywhere.
Man, I forgot all about that, man.
So that was the beginning of 99.3 The Buzz, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
History
Right.
right here, people.
History
right here, man.
History.
That's so crazy. So tell us about some of your accomplishments in the industry, man.
Oh man, accomplishment, man. We had I know you remember Midget Moley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was managing his son, Midget Moley.
Okay.
And Midget Moley's son, Nero, he had a couple deals and got a couple deals out in LA.
Wow.
And he got signed with the Foster Brothers. It was a big record company out of California. And they signed Nero along with Lauryn Hill and Tank.
What?
Yes. That was a big thing. And he got signed with them and moved out to LA and recorded a whole bunch of music. But for some reason, they sat on their music. They sat on Tank's music, Lauryn Hill's music, and his music. So nothing ever came out of it. And the music was unbelievable.
I never knew this, man. I don't think I don't know how many. I've been in Atlantic City for a long time, and I never heard this story.
Right. So and then when Nero came back from California, we started working with a production company called The Matrix out of Philadelphia that was really, really well known back then. And Moan Styles, God bless Shimon Styles. He was another good producer that died in a car accident by a drunk driver.
Oh man.
And yeah, man. So we had some highs and lows, man. There's some great producers. Ego, that was in the group The Chosen Ones, that was in the group Malaz. He recently passed away.
Oh man.
Shock G from Digital Underground that was living in Tampa. He just recently passed away.
Yeah.
So it's like some, all the hip hop guys.
That was Sir Nose, wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. He passed away in 2021.
Yeah, I remember. I remember in
Hmm.
Tampa. I remember I used to see him in Tampa when I lived there.
Yes, that was his residency. That's where he was living at.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Right, right.
That's crazy. So, how did you guys deal, man, with this fast pace, ever changing ways? Because when you got into it, man, it started the culture, and hip hop, man, was it talked about positiveness. I'll never forget, Queen Latifah talking about
Hmm.
unity, Moni Love,
Yes.
what's the other
Hmm.
sister? Uh, oh, she does now. She does the narration on the Grammys and stuff. Not the Grammys, the Grammys. What's her name? Sister. She's a rapper. I can't think
Sister
of her name.
Soldier. Sister
No,
Soldier.
not Sister Soldier. No. Boy, I can't think. It'll come to me. But
Okay.
so right at the beginning, and now here we are in 2024. MC
Uh-huh.
Light, MC Light, MC
MC
Light.
Light. Light as a rock.
My sister
Light as a
Kiva,
rock.
man,
Yep.
she got it.
Hmm.
MC
Yep.
Light, man. So you go from the days of MC Light, Sister Soldier,
Sister
Queen
Soldier.
Latifah,
Public
uh,
Enemy.
Public Enemy, Digital
Run.
Underground,
Digital Underground.
Brand
To
Nubian, all of that.
Brand Nubians. To a lot of positive music. To
Yeah.
gangster music.
Yeah, too. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna put salt and pepper. I'm gonna put 10 in your nugget and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. How do
yeah,
you deal with
right,
that,
right,
man?
right. But
Because you do realize that brother Beck, you
mhm.
guys are responsible for the culture because music
Absolutely.
shapes the culture.
A-
So
Absolutely.
how did you deal with that consciously on who you were going to sign, who you were going to produce, and how did you deal with that fast-paced stuff that goes on with that?
Well, we always wanted to put out positive music, not negative music. So all of the artists that we was dealing with was all mostly positive, you know. That's why, we had, Africa's Your Motherland. That was another, and with Shama LMC, we had Dance Cut for You and all these other great songs, you know. The Future, we had a song called The Future with Shama LMC. I mean, we had a lot of great positive songs, you
Wow.
know. And I
Wow.
think I think maybe when the 90s hit, and we wasn't putting out the negative gangster rap, I think our artists did not get signed because they wanted it to go another direction.
Now, when we say they, who are they?
The record label, the major labels, the
So that's
major record
true.
label. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I
Wow.
mean, we dealt with all the major record labels.
And they
You
wanted
know,
your guys to be harder.
yes, yes. They wanted to talk about sex, drugs, and everything else.
Really, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you hear this, but it's like really, really, really. And here it is. You got somebody on the inside, guys, and it's
Right.
true. I've heard,
Right.
I've talked to many of our artists. Um, I traveled with Maxwell for one of his tours as his
Mm-hmm.
security,
Mm-hmm.
and so I saw it, man, and I saw the behind the veil stuff.
Yes.
And it's not as
Yes.
pretty as people would think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you have considered the fact that throughout times when you're signing these artists, you had the thought in mind that you were pretty much responsible for shaping the culture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe that's why we didn't get a major record deal for millions of dollars. We didn't we
Yeah,
didn't sell our we didn't sell our soul.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
But
know?
that's all right because you guys have done well. Um,
Yeah.
so you guys, I think, made it to the Grammys and some other stuff.
Yes, yes. Made it to the Grammys, went to the Grammys. I became a member of the Recording Academy. I was a member of Recording Academy since 2000. So I've been going to the Grammys since 2000. And
Wow.
go every year, sat with Clive Davis, sat with all the stars, met everybody, went to the NAACP Music Awards, and and Charles being in the casino industry and knowing everybody and networking with everybody, we was going to all the major events, major,
Yeah,
you know.
man. So something many people don't know, or may, but I don't think everyone knows the
Uh-huh.
Atlantic City connection with the Grammys. Is that correct?
Yes. Diana Williams, I met her through the Recording Academy. And
Okay.
she was like, "What's going on in Atlantic City? What's going on with South Jersey?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Man, it's hard to get South Jersey on the map."
Yeah.
So she made me the ambassador for the Grammys Association for South Jersey, Atlantic City area.
That's what's
So
up.
that's when I was started looking for talent and doing this and having meetings and stuff like that.
So if I
Yeah.
recall, Brother Harvey Mason is the president?
Yes, he is.
Brother
Yes,
Harvey Mason, right from Atlantic City, the
they're from
Mason
Atlantic
family.
City. Yes. Yep.
Wow. Wow. So here we got a question from the wifey. Okay. Tuning in. I see you, wifey. Who are you producing and managing now?
Oh, the last and only person I ever I'm producing and not managing, but working with is my son-in-law, Wolfgang Jock.
Right here in Atlanta.
No, he was in Atlanta. Now
He was in
now
Atlanta.
he was in Atlanta. Then he became a police officer in Greensboro,
Yeah.
North Carolina. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So he became big when he spoke out against that
It was an incident here, right?
no, it was about the case where the police officer murdered what's his name
George Floyd.
yeah, George
Yeah.
Floyd thing. He spoke out
Yeah.
on on uh social media with his uniform on,
Oh,
and that's a
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so but it went viral.
Yeah. I remember,
It
man.
went
I
it went
remember.
viral.
I
Yeah,
remember.
it went
Wow,
viral.
man.
But he's doing good. He's still making music. He got his own
They got
uh
a hot dog
yeah, hot dog
in one of
hamburger
the
restaurant in High Point, North Carolina.
yeah, at one of the
Yeah.
stadiums, right?
Yeah, right across the street from the stadium. It's called
Good,
Damn Good Dogs.
good for him, man. Good for
Damn Good
him.
Dogs. Yes.
Good for
Yep.
him. What type of
He
music is he putting out?
he's putting out conscious rap music. Mostly a lot of jazz mixed with R&B, hip hop, and he got a producer out of England that's really really good that produced his last album that was really nice. Yeah, so he's working on a children's album now. He's working on a children's album that we're
Really?
gonna try. Yeah, that we're gonna try to present to the Grammys.
Wow, that's unbelievable,
Yeah,
man. So
yeah.
so now with all your partners and this, that, and the other, I mean, you guys
Mm-hmm.
grew up together. How did you guys deal with that and stay together for so long?
Because we were friends since we were little kids. I mean, just like me and you, we knew each other since we were like 6, 7 years old. I mean, we like brothers. You know.
I just can't even believe, man, I'm having this conversation, man. You guys
Right,
were, man,
right.
I mean, I'm not gonna say you guys were square, but you weren't, you weren't the what
we
we see
we
as hip
we
hoppers.
yeah, we wasn't in the streets for sure. We
Right,
wasn't in the
right,
streets.
right,
You know,
right.
we had a lot of friends that was in the streets,
Yeah, but we
but I
we were
I was
part of the 9:30 curfew.
right. I was in the house making music. My mom said, as long as I know where he's not in the streets. Let him make all the noise he wants to make.
Now here's something. Do you remember the Jerkins family coming up
Absolutely,
right next to us?
absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
crazy. Now, have you guys bumped into each other? I'm sure you have.
Man, we've been friends for years and years and years. Uh, um, Matter of fact, Rodney he lives down here in Florida now.
Right, right,
Yeah, yeah. Freddie lives in Atlanta, so we've been friends for 30 years.
right. That's
Yep.
crazy, man.
Matter of fact, I was responsible for sneaking Rodney into the Impact convention because my roommate Chuck White that started GMS production with me at South Carolina State. He's a Q also. And Rodney was like 16 years old. He said, "Yo, Peck, man, get me in here, man. Get me in the Impact." I said, "Chuck,
No way.
let him in." He snuck him in, and that's how he met um what was the producer's name? Teddy Riley. He met Teddy Riley there.
Are you
Gave him his
kidding
tapes.
me?
Yeah, gave him all his tapes and everything. And Teddy Riley loved Rodney, and that's when Rodney started really blowing up, man.
Wow, what an unbelievable story.
Right,
So
right.
you guys are all together. Did you have to, even though you're friends, I'm sure you had to find out like what each other's niche was.
Yes, yes. And we all have a niche.
How did that
Me,
play out?
it played out good because we all know each other's niches because we've been together since we was kids. You know, I'm a good networker. I'm a good talker. I'm public relations. I like talking to people, dealing with people on the business side. You know,
Mhm,
my cousin Tony, he's in the lab. He likes experimenting. He likes to work on computers and stuff like that.
mhm,
You know,
mhm, mhm.
so Charles is another. Charles is like he's a networking guru, man. Knows everybody.
Wow,
So
wow. So how do you guys manage from, being so distant from each other? I mean, I know we got modern communications now, so it's not so
right,
deep, but you guys
right.
still plugging together and that sort of thing?
Yes, we started after Nubian. We started a technology company, and I'm gonna tell you how this technology company started.
Well, hold on before you do that because I
Okay,
want to I want to almost close out with that because this is huge, ladies and gentlemen.
okay, all right,
I
okay,
don't know how far you can go into it yet,
okay, all right. But I'm
but
gonna I'm gonna
but
I'm gonna take you back and then bring you up to date.
this is huge. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Call your
Right.
friends, your people on the line. You really need to hear this. What you're about to hear is something that you won't be on the ground floor of, like a Facebook or an Instagram or
Right.
Google. I'm telling you,
Right.
I know the
Mm-hmm.
story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you're able to do this, but what advice, based on everything that you've been going through, Brother Beck, everything that your partners have dealt with, the highs, the lows,
Mm-hmm.
um, the major labels and what they
Mm-hmm.
wanted you to do and how you didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to
Mm-hmm.
compromise what y'all did. What advice would you give to these young and up and coming rappers or want to be
Rappers and
producers?
artists, it's so much easier for them now with social media and Apple Music and everything. I say start your own business, put your own stuff out, market yourself, and take it from there. You can make more money on your own by letting somebody else try to guide your career.
So there's got to be some infrastructure they got to put into place, right?
Yes, yes,
Such
yes.
as what, a business plan or
I'm they have to have a game plan on what direction they want to go with their music, what audience they're going to look for their music. What audience are they going after? Is it
do
going
they
to
have
be hip hop or R&B or country, Western? Whatever it is. They have to just market themselves online, even TikTok. I mean, and
do they have to
Instagram.
register themselves with the state or anything like that? Or
Oh yeah, yeah. You have to you make your own record label. Register
wow,
your own register your own record label. You
really?
know what I mean? Yep. Start your own publishing company so you get all your publishing when everybody plays your records or play your songs, that you get paid from your publishing. That's what you want. Publishing is everything.
So what
Publishing is
happens? What happens in publishing?
Publishing is like your 401k. Every quarterly, every time your ASCAP or BMI hears your record being played, they counting. They giving you residual checks from that.
See,
That
it was funny, Vern. My sister works with BMI.
Really?
Yeah, she works with
Well,
BMI.
she can tell you better than I can.
Yeah, she has.
For sure. For sure.
Wow,
Yep.
man. Wow. So, yeah, man, come on, let's hear it, man. What's going on now?
Yeah. Well, this is probably 1991. When we had our studio, we were dealing with producers from West Coast, East Coast, over in Germany, all over producers. We was like, man, we mailing files of music all over the place. It got to be an easier way to send music across the states, across the world. So, my cousin Tony, he's a guru, man, of computers. And we came up with the idea of music file sharing on the internet. But see, back then we didn't know the business of patents and that type of stuff. So Napster actually beat us to it. And then Apple came aboard, and you got Apple Music, you got music file sharing all on the internet now. Which we really came up with that idea back in the early '90s first.
Wow, look at this, man. Look
You
at
know what I
this,
mean?
guys. History right here, man.
Right. So off of that, going back into the 2000s, we started a tech company off of Nubian Entertainment. And the tech company, we started our own company out of the state of New Jersey. And we have a specific technology that nobody ever done before. So we're the only ones with the patents. We're the only ones that ever did this concept. And we're going to launch in 2025. So you got to bring me back on the show once
I
we
certainly will,
launch.
man. Certainly
And
will.
they're going to say, yeah, I remember you talked to that guy.
Yeah,
You talked
yeah.
to that guy. And they're going to know
Man.
who it is.
Will you
All
be
right?
taking on investors?
Not at the early stage, probably later stage. Because we getting offers just for our patents to buy us out. Now we didn't even launch yet. So what did that tell you?
Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, I can't wait. As soon as this thing goes, I'm going to call immediately and say, hey, look, come back on.
Bring me back on the show, bro.
Day.
Bring me back on the show.
Technology is going to blow the world apart for the good. In the music world, streaming world, video world, this is hands down. I got a sneak peek of it, and boy, it's a mother for you.
They ain't gonna believe four young black guys from Atlantic City came up with this idea.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm so proud of you guys, man. Just to say, man, I knew you win, man, and it was a good thing. Still mad at you because y'all beat Howard and Morgan like that, but it's okay.
That's all right. That's all right. But I got to say one thing. I got to give a shout out to Giffrey Hollingsworth, was one of our original partners of this technology company that we started. He passed away in 2013. So unfortunately, he's not going to be able to reap the benefits from it, but his kids will, his family will.
Good. That's beautiful, Bern. That's beautiful, man.
Right.
That's beautiful. So now what's everybody else doing? Are you guys still part of this, or are they doing an individual thing?
Everybody's part of this, but we still working a 9 to 5. Guess who I work for right now in Florida?
Who's that?
Disney.
I've got such a story to tell you about Disney.
Wow.
Do you know the original Mickey Mouse? He was my church in Tampa.
Really?
He was a brother. Honestly, guys, I got the pictures. I got the whole story. He showed us the whole story in church one day.
Wow.
He started off at the New York Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And they dressed him up to do some advertisements in a mouse uniform. And he was so good at it that the original owner of Disney World, flew him down to Florida to take a look at this land that eventually became Disneyland.
Wow.
and he
Wow.
said, "Hey, I want you to take this mouse thing down to Disney World, and
Mm-hmm.
this is what you're going to do." And because of travel and all of that, he wasn't
Mm-hmm.
able to do it. But I think he did it for a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but had to come back to New York. And but he actually lives in Florida now. Great story. We just saw him at the Omega Psi Phi conclave.
Wow.
And
He's a legend.
oh
He's a
yeah, he's a
legend
legend.
there.
I was telling
He's a
everybody,
legend.
yeah, I was telling some of my line brothers about the story. They're like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, wait, you're gonna meet him and let him tell it to you and let him show you the pictures. And and,
Wow.
and he did, man. Yeah. So
Mm.
wow, you're working with Disney. That's beautiful, man.
Yes. 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 I'm
That's go ahead.
I'm the face of one of the hotels on Disney property. And they love me over there, man. They
Fit
love
right
me.
in, man. That's what you did. That's what you do. That's what
Right,
you do.
right,
So
right.
so now what a place to network.
Repeat that.
I said, what a great place to be networking.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, I ran into Emmett Smith 2 weeks ago, man. And it's funny. We always go to the family reunions, and my cousins say, "Oh, we related to Emmett Smith." I said, "Man, we ain't related to Emmett Smith." And I see Emmett Smith in the hotel. I said, "Emmett, can I ask you a question? Was your mother's last name Beck?" He said, "No, but my aunt married a Beck. So yeah, we are related." I'm like, "Wow."
So we got some folks talking about, can we get some free tickets?
Yeah, right, right. I said, people talk at family reunions, but you can't believe everybody said the family
So
reunion.
he
But
actually said that.
he actually said that, which really blew me away, man. It blew me away. You know?
Unbelievable, man. I tell people all the time, man, we're really 2 degrees of separation away from each other.
Right.
And be nice to people because you don't know how it's going to come back to you.
Exactly.
You never
Exactly.
know how you're going to see people,
You never know. You never know.
and people will remember you.
Right.
Um,
Right.
it's not so much what you did, but
Mm-hmm.
how you treated somebody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why you
And,
should be nice to everybody.
yeah, you know that in the industry you were in.
Exactly. Exactly. Because
Wow.
because the person could be down, but he can go up, and then he see you and say, "I remember how you treated me."
So what's next besides the company that we can't talk about right now? But are you still going forward? I know you talked about the one person doing the music.
Yeah.
You guys still going to produce?
I'm not gonna produce. I'm gonna help people that's in the industry that needs help.
Okay.
I did my lifetime industry as far as music. I got a cousin named Brandon Bang that's a country western singer that lives here in Florida, and he's doing good. I'm gonna try to help him out. He went to the Country Music Awards and everything and perform. And I'm
Who
trying
would
to
have
just
thought,
help.
man?
I'm trying to help the young people, man. It's all about
Yeah.
helping people.
Good for you,
And
man.
me
Good for
me
you.
me me being on the tech side, I want to educate the young youth about technology, starting technology businesses and companies, and coming up with your own ideas. Because
Yeah.
if you could think about it, you can do it.
Yeah, man.
You could do it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, nothing's impossible. The technology that we have now, they said it was impossible.
Look at
It
what we're
can't be
doing right
done.
now. I'm enjoying where we are. We got people all around the world tuning in
That's right.
on
Absolutely.
3 different platforms.
Right. If you would have told me this, Jeff, 20 years ago, I would have thought you was crazy.
How
I
about
wouldn't
that,
believe
man?
it.
Oh man, I tell you, man. I tell you, man. So let me ask you this: based on everything that you've seen and done,
Hmm.
all your partners and all your accomplishments, would you do it
Yeah,
over again? And what
I
would you
would.
do? What would you do differently if you had to?
I would have. I mean, I would do it all over again. Something differently. I don't think so, because God had our plan made out for us, man. Maybe if we would have got that big record deal back in the late late 80s, early 90s, maybe we wouldn't be here. You know, maybe that would have directed us in another direction. You know, I knew Puffy back in the early 90s. You know, so
Say less.
I'm at where I'm at right now for a
Yeah,
reason.
man. And I'm so glad that you are where you are. I'm
Yes,
so glad that you made it because
right,
there's
right,
been a lot of victims in this
exactly,
and
exactly,
a lot of suspects. But
right,
but you have
right.
made it unscathed. Uh I'm so glad to see that you're still moving forward. Still
Mm-hmm.
glad to see you guys are still together and still multitasking
Right, right.
in your own right.
Hey,
And
hey, 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 Jeff, I gotta say one thing. If I had to do it over again, I would have became a police officer and got that pension. That 25-year.
well, it has its ups and downs.
Yeah, right, right, right. But you can't beat that pension,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure, for
Yeah,
sure, for sure. I
yeah,
thank God, man. Um,
absolutely.
yeah, man, this is so great, man. I'm so glad to have this opportunity, Vern.
Yeah,
I know your mom, dad, man, so proud of you, man.
right,
Um,
right, man. Your
they'll give
mom
they'll
too,
give
man.
the people.
I miss your mom. Your mom, man. She's like
Uh,
she can. Man, I can hear him. I can hear your mom now calling you. You know.
we had some great times coming up in
Yeah.
Brightport, our little
Right.
village ourselves, right?
Right. Right. All the moms raised us, man. They all
Yeah,
raised us. You
yeah.
know.
I tell you this story before we close, man, about our little village. One night, man, it was Christmas Eve, and
Mm-hmm.
they decided they were going to hide this purple chopper mini bike in my house.
Oh.
And
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna wake up to this. I ran upstairs and hurried up and got in bed, man, because I peeked downstairs to see it.
Uh-huh.
So I woke up early in the morning, Bernard, and I heard the motorcycle out front.
Uh-huh.
It was Craig who was
It was
riding it. It
Craig.
was Craig's motorcycle, that purple mini bike.
I remember it. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Burn. I didn't
Craig
even want
Sharp.
to, I didn't even want to see anything under the tree, man. I was so hurt, man. I was like, of all people, Craig got the mini
Oh
bike,
man.
man.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
you got the Honda Trail 70.
Honda Trail 70. Yep, I had the Honda
That,
Trail. Then I had the mini bike.
man, that
You
was like
know.
the Mercedes Benz of mini bikes, Burn.
Right, right, right.
You little
Yep.
spoiled guy, you.
I, I can't believe we was riding around there with no helmets on and
No
nothing like that,
no
man.
nothing. Falling and everything, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, good times, Burn. Man, I'm
Good
so happy
time.
for you, man. And
Thank you, sir.
continue blessings upon you, man. May God
You
continue to
too.
roll with you,
Right.
man. I love to see you and your wife, man, and your travels. You just all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we travel all the time, man. We
Yeah,
traveling
man.
again soon, you know.
I love it, man. But man, thank God for you guys. And thank God for you coming on tonight and letting the people know what's been going on. And
Absolutely.
I can't wait. I'm going to be praying for your protection as you
Thank
go
you. Thank you.
forward with this next endeavor. I know that you got attorneys and all that kind of stuff in place.
Absolutely.
Great,
Absolutely.
great. So that you
So,
got your protections with your patents and all that stuff. But
yes.
we'll
Yes.
be continuing to pray for you guys, and we look forward to bring you back on. And I
I
can
can't.
say I told.
I told you. I told you.
That's good, man. So you got anything looking besides this?
That is it, my brother. That is it.
Okay, all
That is
right.
it. That's
Well, let me
hey,
know.
that's enough, Jeff. That's
It
enough.
is. It really is. It really
You know,
is. You guys, man,
I don't even tell them how old we are. You know what I mean?
man,
We
let
keep
me
that
tell
our
you.
secret.
Yeah, that's right. This has been about a 40-year journey, correct?
Right, right,
Wow.
right.
Good for you, man. Well, we'll be looking out for your artists also. Tell me the
Absolutely.
name again. Tell me the name of the artist.
Wolfgang Jock,
Wolfgang Jock.
yeah, and Brandon Bing, which is a country western singer.
Brandon Bing. Wolfgang Jock. I'll make sure to
Yep.
put that on all of our socials.
And also, my cousin Mason the Emperor that lives in Japan, he's my cousin, and he's a reggae artist.
Really?
Yes, and I mean, he is phenomenal.
I'll make sure to get that out to the people, man.
Absolutely. Mason the Emperor.
Man, we'll be looking forward to that, man. God bless you, man. Peace and
Thank you,
love to
sir.
your family.
Peace.
Peace and love to the brothers, man. Y'all, you tell Charles and them I said hello, man.
I sure will.
And I'm gonna get out to Vegas to see him.
But make sure you give him a call.
I certainly will, man.
Because I told him you like to play. I told him you like to play golf.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
For sure. Okay,
yes,
hold
sir.
on, man. I'm gonna close out, man, but don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Listen, guys, we've had a great conversation with Brother Robert Beck from Nubian Entertainment. He is one of 4 brothers who are out there doing their thing, man. And you heard a little bit of this conversation. We've been friends for years. And I'm going to put on our socials some of his artists that are out there. I want you to find out more about them. We got a socially conscious rapper. We got a country western person. We got a person overseas. Man, this is great stuff, man. But in the meantime, guys, listen, live your life. The election is over. Get involved on a local level and still live your life, man. Life still goes on. It's all right. I don't care who you voted for. I voted for one person, you voted for another, but it's okay. We can continue to live together. All right. Trust God in everything that you do. And you know what I always say, go out and meet needs, solve problems. Peace. Hold on, Brother Byrne.